If you don't own a Porsche and you're looking to get a Porsche, this video is for you. Hello. I am excited, maybe just as excited as you are to watch it, to make one of these videos, another one where I'm just chilling here with the car, with me, with you, and we discuss some things that maybe I get frequently asked or DM'd. And today I'm gonna go over, should you buy a 911 or a Cayman? Good question, right? Let's get into it. Behind me sits my 2008 Porsche Cayman 987S. It's got the M97, it's rear-wheel drive. I don't know what else to tell you other than it's got some cool modifications. I've gotten into videos in the past. I can get into another video in the future for any new subscribers. I know we've got quite a few since the last set of videos we've made in 2017. I've been traveling a lot of cool stuff going on in the background. Today I actually missed Cars and Coffee Lehigh Valley. I was flying up from Florida and also had some other things to do. I'm really pumped up. You should be pumped up. Which, by the way, if you haven't hit that red rectangular subscribe button down below, go ahead and do that and hit the notification bell as well. Subscribing apparently isn't enough, but you should definitely subscribe because we are the most aggressive organization on YouTube that makes these videos for you guys to answer all your questions. I get back to every single one of you, and that's why I say we're the most aggressive. It's nothing I'm doing. It's not my following. It's nothing like that. Sometimes we get some derogatory and negative comments that don't make any sense pertaining to what I say when I say we're the most aggressive family and organization on YouTube. All I'm doing is just having fun. And that's why you're here, to have fun, right? And to get some information and knowledge. That's the most important thing, is so I can provide value to you because I get all these questions. So let's get right into it and dive into this question. Porsche 911 or Porsche Cayman? What's better? Why? The best way to really answer this question for you is not tell you that either is better, because I don't believe there's a way to do that or say that. You have so many different flavors of the 911 and of the Cayman. My 987S, I would say I like a lot because it's more like a 911 than actually like a Cayman. And the reason why I say that is because it's still mid-engine, but it has so many hand-me-down parts, for lack of a better term, that are just used from its older brother, sister, family member, whatever, the 911. And the reason why I chose this car ultimately is because I knew I was going to be tracking it and doing a lot of other things with it, so I wanted to get it at a lower price. But I'm going to segment this into a more organized manner, and first I'm just going to start off with price. Price isn't the most important thing, but it is the most important thing for some of you. What I wanted to break down is just let you know that the Cayman, typically you can get a newer Cayman with more tech or whatever you need, and the mid-engine, which it has, for less than a newer 911. 2008 911, it's gonna run you a little bit more, considerably more than my Cayman will. I also got that because it's mid-engine. It's another thing. If you want rear engine or mid-engine, rear engine's kind of something to get used to, but with the GT cars, with the downforce and the way they distribute weight on the car, the rear engine thing, a lot of people make a big deal about it. It's really not that big of a deal once you get driving them on track or just on street and get used to it and familiarize with it. That's the main thing here, everyone, is you need to get familiar with your platform, and that's how you're gonna get good with it and comfortable with it and not kill yourself or hurt anyone else. Because that's the most important thing, is safety. Always. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's what I'm telling you because it's definitely the most important thing. I chose the 2008 because it isn't DFI, it doesn't have direct fuel injection like the 987.2 does. I think it has a bit of a better sound, especially once you get that delicious Soul Performance Products exhaust on there. Definitely the best exhaust for these cars I personally think that you can get. No, I'm not biased. I literally wasn't a fan of any exhaust manufacturers that are aftermarket until I ran into these guys. And I get so many questions from you guys. Shoot a comment down below if you have any questions, but ultimately and more importantly, that's fine if you guys do that, email me. There's an email address right here. They made that for me just to help better organize myself, to separate all the death threats and weird comments that you guys put down below with the actual exhaust questions. And I try to get back to them as quickly as possible. Bear with me because there are a lot. I love y'all. I really love the intensity, but I'm excited to get back to you guys, and I can actually help you figure out what exhaust you want for the car. I just want to point that out because it's relatively new, that email address, and I want to start getting that into these videos, almost every video, just because I know that you are busy, just like me, and you're not going to watch every single video I post. I understand that, so I just want you to know if you are a Porsche owner, I can help you out with all that stuff. I'm just a more engaged affiliate with them now, and it's awesome because I love the company. Aside from price, you are going to get, I don't want to say more bang for your buck because again, 911 is a little bit different. Ultimately, you're going to get a newer, let's just say newer vehicle for the same price as you would if you got a Cayman versus 911. Take it for what it is. I mean, a 2008 Cayman, I probably could have got a 2006 911. I'm not against a 996. I just personally don't want a 996 for multiple reasons, whether it's looks or just tech or anything, any type of reliability issues. It's so controversial. I'm not going to get into that. You can save that for another video for another day. Just comment below if you want to see that. Number two, the second thing would be to figure out what's really for you. Honestly, the Cayman, I would say, is more of not a family guy car. Obviously, the 911 isn't as much, but the Cayman has 2 seats. The 911 does have a sad excuse for a rear seat, but it does have a rear seat because it's rear engine. With me and the Cayman, you have an engine directly behind you where a rear seat would be, so you do not have room for that, which I like because I want the mid-engine. That's why I want it. So I favor the balance of control over extra seats because I don't care about you guys. I'm kidding, I care about you guys. I just don't care about my friends because they can pick me up, and that's why we have the X3 now, right? On to the next one. I just wanted to point out also, it's not necessarily, like I was saying earlier, it's not necessarily what's better, the 911 and the Cayman. It's more what's better for you. And I don't even want to say that which type of person you are will fit the car. It's which type of car will fit your person. And the way I can distribute this is ultimately, so you have your basic 911s, you have your GT cars, the specialty cars, which Caymans can fit in there as well, like the GT4. That's a Cayman, but I'll just throw that into the specialty of GT cars. Let's call it that, even though not all of them are GT cars. 911T, 911R, stuff like that. If you're looking into those vehicles, you're probably past this video. You're probably at a different level or stage where you really know as much as you should know about the car if you're a Porsche VIP. If you don't know what this is, 911R or 918, anything like that, Spider, they are ultimately vehicles that if you are a valued Porsche customer, meaning you've bought in a lot of new vehicles from them in the past and have some street cred with the company, you're ultimately going to be favored in a sense, which isn't a bad thing. You're buying a lot of stuff from them, so they want to fit you in. That's what that is. Again, I don't want to go crazy with this. I just want to point everything out to you if you are a new member to the Porsche, or even prospecting, considering you want to get in here. That's what these questions are. They're people that don't own Porsches yet, so that's what this is for. And that's why I'm answering these questions. If you do own a Porsche and you're a little more advanced, and maybe this whole entire video won't help you out, but you do just want to watch and learn and get the whole gist of everything. You know what I mean? Of course you do. Basic 911s, GT cars, then you have your Boxers, and then you have your Caymans. So the basic 911s would be for, I would say, maybe your family guy or someone that isn't so much of a crazy driver and wants to hit the track all the time, but just somebody that likes to have some fun spirited driving, but also is trying to look for a commuter car, doesn't want a Mercedes, doesn't want an Audi, wants something that's sporty, and also likes that Porsche nostalgia. Some people go for the 911 over the Cayman strictly because of that. I'm not really one of those people. I respect the 911. It's the reason why that's there. Like I have said earlier, that is so close to a 911, as close to a 911 as you're gonna get with a Cayman, and I think that's kind of why the other Caymans have become their own flavor, because Porsche may have realized that the 987S or even the Boxer Spider, they've become too similar to the 911. They had to give them their own taste and flavor, and you can see that with the 718's design and things of that sort. I'll make other videos on that too, but to stay on topic, ultimately, 4 different areas of that range. If you want a cabriolet, or if you want a Targa top, or if you want something that's just a nice car, those basic 911s are probably gonna be for you. The Cayman's also good too. The Cayman has a little bit more space, but at the same time, it's awkward space. They have very similar space. The Cayman's got a front and a trunk, but the 911 has a rear back seat. When I have had cars that have actual back seats, I don't know how many times I've put stuff in the back seat instead of in the trunk. There's not really a valid argument there in my opinion, because it's just easy to put stuff right behind you instead of opening up a trunk and do that. It seems more efficient to do that. Kill me. The GT cars, like the GT3, GT3 RS, even the GTS. The GTS is a great car. Or you have your GT4, also your Boxer Spider, everything of that sort. Those vehicles are going to be more in the realm of your track going car, or a car that you just want to buy and flip and make some money on. I'm not going to get into that because I know Porsche doesn't like that, and that can be saved for another video too. There's so many videos that can spawn from this video, and so many talks that I will cover. Subscribe, and I will hit the notification bell. Really, it comes down to what you want to do. Are you commuting with the car more? Then you're going to want to get a base 911. If you want to drive in the cars just for you, and you're not a family commuter, the base Cayman isn't a bad car. I tell people all the time, for street driving, because I do daily drive this car a lot, I would totally prefer a base Cayman, like a 5-speed 987, just because it works a little bit harder. It's not as fast, for sure. It's definitely not as fast. You can change that. It's still not gonna be as fast as a 911, but you don't need to go those speeds on street. Go to a track for that. Get an S if you're gonna go to a track a lot. Leads into the next thing. If you are going to the track, personally, if you're not trying to flip the vehicle and make a lot of money on it, I would get a Cayman, and this is all just my opinion, but I'm just saying, I would get a Cayman and I would track the hell out of it, because they're gonna depreciate in value. Tracking it a lot is gonna depreciate in value. Just things like that. It's basic wear and tear on the car. You're using the car. If you have a GT3 RS and you track it every day, I love you, good for you, but you're depreciating the car slightly, and you're not gonna get as much money out of it as you would if you're gonna flip it. But again, we shouldn't be buying these cars to flip them, but I'm a businessman at heart, I like to think, and I am also a huge glutton for buying things and being able to profit off of them. I negotiated the price of that car down low so I can sell it and maybe get out of it with some profit, and that's just me. There's nothing wrong with that if you want to do that. You're not stiffing anybody if you buy, just say, a $30,000 car for 20 grand and you sell it for 25. Everyone still benefits there. The person that sold it, if they didn't benefit from that, that's on them, but maybe they did benefit by selling it because they freed up that money to go do other things that they had to do, like pay bills or something. And you can relate to that, right? You have to pay bills? Okay. It's getting dark out here. I want to wrap this up. I'm going to cover more of this in another video. Ultimately, to wrap this up, I just want to point out those aspects. You know, if you're tracking the car, I would get an S. The GT3 is awesome too. Get the GT3 if you can afford it. It's not so much what is the better car, it's what are you using it for. The drag strip stuff, you know, you're gonna get more horsepower and more torque out of a 911, but you're gonna get more handling out of a Cayman, but you're gonna get similar handling out of a GT3. A GT3 handles better than this. It's just what it is. At the end of the day, a GT3 handles better than a Cayman. That's how it works, because of the downforce, because of everything. A GT3 RS handles way better than a GT3 and better than a Cayman. It's still not mid-engine, so it's a different type of handling. Rather than saying it's better, even though I think it is, overall, it's just a different type. With that being said, I'm gonna end this video here so don't take up all your time. I hope that answered the question for those of you that did ask me, what should I get? I'm looking at a Cayman S, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this, should I get this, should I get a Target, should I get that? I'm just answering it for you because I know y'all have all these questions, and it's easier for me to make a video than to DM all of you back, even though I try to get back to you, and I probably will get back to you after I make this video, after you see this video and it's out. That's all I got for you. Check all the stuff out in the outro after this, and check me out on Instagram, all that stuff, and I will catch you later. Have a good one.